Tomorrow's the day.
Oh, no.
Tomorrow's the day for all of you fans of Southwest Airlines. And let's be honest, there were fans of Southwest Airlines. It was a cult following.
It was fantastic.
I met the CEO, founder, Herb Keller, once. And Kelleher. And he wrote a book about the founding and kind of the philosophy of Southwest. It's called Nuts. Yeah. Because all they serve is peanuts back in the day, remember?
Right.
And it's a fantastic book on culture, inside a company, business. And, I think it's fair to say, and I don't even think people would take offense to the fact that when Herb was no longer involved in Southwest, it changed.
Yeah.
The culture changed.
Things changed. It wasn't just him leaving. Other things changed, too.
It started the path.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the day. May 28th is when you're going to have to start paying for bags on Southwest. Can I give you a statistics I found?
Yes.
Little cray-cray. So, by the way, it's $35 for the first check bag, $45 for the second.
Really?
Why would I lie?
Why is the second bag more important?
I don't have any idea.
Wow.
They're
All
like,
right.
Can you get this into one? The average ticket price. The average price on Southwest is $170. Okay?
Okay.
The baggage fee, if you were to do it both ways, accounts for a 40% increase in ticket price.
If you have two bags.
Yeah.
Yeah. But does anybody actually check their bags on Southwest? I've never checked a bag on Southwest.
Well, they were free before.
But I'd never checked a bag.
Well, I don't think anybody cared. Who cared? You ever take them?
But I mean,
there you go.
But most of the Southwest flights are shorter flights. I'm not going. I don't know. I never checked a bag on Southwest.
I always checked a bag.
Do you really?
Yes.
Oh,
it was free. Why wouldn't I?
Because I don't.
Some
know
people
if it's
just don't want to drag it through airports.
I don't want to wait for my bag.
Okay, I took.
I don't want to wait for my bag either.
I took Southwest somewhere recently. Maybe it was Puerto Vallarta that I flew Southwest.
Oh, hey now.
And I'm sure yes, of course I had to check a bag.
Really?
I was there for a week.
Never not once have I checked a bag on
I have
Southwest.
a hair dryer and a flat iron and a curling
You
iron.
can take a hair dryer on an airplane.
You can in your checked baggage.
Yeah.
No, you can in your
check. You can bring that on board.
Oh, yes, but then
I think so.
Oh, you're forgetting you have to put clothes and shoes in there too.
Oh,
it's a room issue, not a legal issue. I'll tell you, Becky Lynn, we've gone to, like I said, it's my third time going to Europe, and other than this trip, we didn't even check a bag to Europe.
Yeah, I didn't check
for 11 days, 12 days.
I went to Europe. I didn't check a bag.
My wife said she didn't want to check a bag because everybody was getting their bags lost, and I laughed at her and I said, "You can't even take a bag on the plane. We're going to Vegas for the weekend. How are you going to do this?" She did it. I don't know how she did it, but she did it.
Good for her.
Yeah. It's we don't like waiting for bags, Becky Lynn.
I don't like waiting for, but I don't like to go naked either on vacation.
You like to have choices.
I like choices.
That's what my wife says. I like to have choices.
Right.
That's exactly it.
Tomorrow's the day.
Wow, big money on Southwest. You know how much money that's going to make for them? It's going to be like $1 billion a year in fees.
Yeah.
It's huge, man.
Well, and okay, so herein lies the rub. Will people? Here's a Southwest is basically like every other airline now.
Yeah.
Right. They just got in line with everyone else. But the people who I know, who are Southwest fans, feel like they had something taken away from them. They don't feel like they're the same as every other airline now. They think they're getting jobbed.
Yeah.
And will they go and fly other airlines now if they say, well, if you guys are going to screw me on bags? Well, the other guys have been screwing you on bags for years. Yeah, but they've always been screwing me on bags. They were consistent. You changed.
I have a lot of friends. You're right. I have a lot of friends who big Southwest people. They have the credit card. They get they get the companion pass.
Absolutely.
And they do all that stuff. And the thing they like, and this I do get this. Southwest was the only airline, if you're flying last minute, where you could book your flight and still sit next to the person you're flying with because it's just getting on the plane.
Yeah, who cares?
It's not you don't have to have a reserved seat in advance. Because if you book a plane late nowadays, you're sitting in two middle seats.
You're in the middle seat. You're in 27B.
Southwest opened up the possibility to do different things last minute. That's going to change.
Not anymore.
It's They haven't been the cult following in a while.
I think so.
They went downhill.
And tomorrow might be, if it's not the final nail in the coffin, it's certainly one.
You think that's a big one? Yeah.
It's tough. They're not the cheapest.
No,
not
they charge
anymore.
for bags.
Yeah.
And actually, their fleet is older. They've got a lot to catch up with. So,
right.
But now they'll have more money. So we'll see.
Rolling in the dough.
Here we go.
Thanks for watching Outspoken with Bruce and Gaydos. Tap to watch more from KTAR News and click the button in the middle to subscribe.